Okay, I'm back, and so now we're going to talk about what is the definition of what a sedimentary rock is. So it is going to be a rock that forms at or near the surface of the earth by the cementing together of rock fragments or grains of pre-existing rocks. It could also be the cementing together of shells. It could also be the accumulation and compaction of organic matter, and it could also be the precipitation of minerals from water. So let's take a look at these individually. So A, the cementing together of rock fragments or grains of pre-existing rocks. So we learned in our previous lesson that rocks can be weathered, meaning that the grains can fall apart. They can also be chemically weathered, which means it alters the minerals that are in those rocks, but we end up with smaller pieces of rock. Those smaller pieces of rock can be squeezed together just by pressure alone. It could also be cemented together with various kinds of cement, which we'll see in the next segment. But when you cementing or pressuring the debris together, that's what's going to make a sedimentary rock. Okay, another kind of debris that could be cemented together would be shells. So living organisms taking in calcium carbonate, or they can even take in silica to make their shells with. And then when they die, their shells accumulate, and then those shells can be cemented together to make a specific kind of sedimentary rock. Okay, C, accumulation and compaction of organic matter. What we're talking about here is things like leaves. And so if you've got a tree that is growing in a swamp, and then when it dies and it falls into the swamp, and then another tree dies and falls on top of it, that organic matter that made up the tree can be squished together, and eventually that can turn into coal. You could also have organic matter in the ocean, so things like little organisms, and then when they die, they accumulate, and their organic matter, their carbon, can be squished together, and then that's where we're going to get oil from. You can also have direct precipitation of minerals from water. So another kind of limestone is going to occur when calcium carbonate directly precipitates out of the water, and then it accumulates on the ocean floor and gets compacted together to make limestone. So these are different ways of making a sedimentary rock. But notice the key word is sediment. So sediment glued together or compacted together is going to make sedimentary rock. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how does sedimentary rock form.